Okay then, so before starting the customization of your home components, let's go to the browser and let's have a look of the demo which we are already having in our hand. If you have a look at this, it's having this nice navigation bar and it's having the entire component feed components. Inside this we having the two different links. So we having this categories and we having this feed. Okay, so this is how we need to customize all those things. Let's go back to our home.jsx. Okay, so we are getting the user informations over here, and then that we will pass that user informations to the navigation bar so that user will fetch the you can access that user information in the nav component. Cool. So first what we need to do, we need to create all the necessary components what we need for our in our home component. Okay, so let me close everything, close others except that, and collapse it. Let's go to the components. Inside the components, first component is going to be your navbar, navbar.jsx rafce navbar, save the changes. Then we need feed, our main feed.jsx, cool, rafce, save the changes. And then along with that, what we need to have is we need to have a few more components which is going to be important. So first let's fix all the route which is going to happen from the home component. Okay, so then we need this create.jsx which is going to help the user to upload their video and all those things. Then we are going to have create is done, then which is going to be the video pin.jsx. okay, then what we need one more thing, that rafce, save the changes. Okay, then we need to get the search.jsx rafce search.csx, save it. And along with that, so for time being, I hope this is enough. Later we will add one by one. So we need to import all these things inside here, so that will mess up the complete import statement. So assume like import create from create from /component/ create video pin search, so it will create a multiple component. Later we need to add more and more components here. So I'm going to create a new file called index.js, and here I'm going to import all the necessary imports, so that will reduce our work. So export default as home from home we already have. What we need create /create, copy the changes, paste it a few more times, and then we need to add feed, then we need to add navbar, then we need to add search, then we need to add video pin, save the changes. So this will be added. Now let's go back to the home component and let's now import it. Okay, so first let's go to the home.jsx. So let me delete this. Instead of displaying the text, I'm going to use the React fragment. Okay, so React fragment. Inside this React fragment, we are going to render the navbar first, navbar, which is that, and I'm going to pass the user information into it, user, cool. Then after this, I'm going to create a flexbox. I'm going to create a flexbox. flex, which is coming from your Chakra UI. So we need to import that. Import flex from at Chakra UI React. Okay, so we need to import that thing from the Chakra UI React, save the changes, and now inside this flex it's going to be direction as a column, not column, it was column, and justify the content from the start and align the items in the center. Okay, and width is going to be 20. So this is for our categories. For the time being, I'm just going to render our category. So we don't have category now, so let's create a category also. Category JSS. Okay, REFCE, and let's import that thing in our index.category. Save the changes, and now inside here I'm just going to render that category component, so that gets imported. Okay, so this is for this purpose only we are using the index.js. So inside the components we have the index.js, so everything will be imported as the object, so like this. So that will make a single import statement instead of messing up with it completely. Okay, so right after this flex I'm going to create one more flex box, flex. Okay, and that flex box is going to use the full width, whatever the width is available. After that, use the width as full, width full, and then justify the content center and align the items center, and the padding X is going to use the x-axis 4. Okay, inside this I'm going to create the routes which is coming from React route and all. Make sure that's imported properly, route, and along with that I'm going to import one more thing, route, these two. Inside this routes I'm going to pass a different route. First one, the root route, if it is coming with the path like slash, that means that's the root route. Load the component feed, load the feed component. Now copy this and paste it one more time. If it is coming from category slash colon category, I'm passing the category ID as a URL parameter. Okay, category ID. If it is that, then load the same feed, but in that time we are going to load only the category based feed. Then if the route is coming from slash create, that is to create a new video, so that it should load a create component. Make sure that component is simply imported correctly. Okay, then if it is coming through video detail slash colon video ID, then load the video pin. Okay, then if that route is coming through dot search, then load the search. Cool. Okay, so what are the components we added? I hope we added everything. Save the changes, and now let's go back here and look at that. We're having the category and along with the feeds. Cool. So that home route is working perfectly. If I am navigating is to create, so that will change this to create. If I change to search, that will search to search. If I change this to category slash one, I need to go to the category and I need to pass the ID also. So that will come back to the feed section alone. If that is nothing, that will come back to the feed section alone. Cool. So our route, everything is working fine now. Okay. So we made successfully implemented all those things. So the next thing what we need to do is we need to add some customization for our nav bar. Okay, so if you have a look at here, it's having this logo, a search box, along with this toggle mode, and then this plus icon where it helps to user to navigate to the create and the user image. So next, what we are going to do, we are going to customize this nav bar. That's what we are going to do next.